Welcome to Genius Dreams Education channel. Today we are going to look at how we can design another simple birthday flyer as our next lesson. So before you start, please subscribe to my channel to get weekly videos on Photoshop and website development. So the first thing I'm going to do is to create my new working space. So I'll click on Control and then choose the size. I'm going to use 3 by 3 with a resolution of 300. Then I'll click on create. So this is the working space. So the first thing I'm going to do is to draw a rectangle. So I'm going for the rectangular tool. Then I'll specify where I want to draw the rectangle and draw a rectangle to cover the space. So here is okay. Then I'm going to choose a filling color of the rectangle. I'm going to set it to no color. Then I'll set the stroke to black color. And then I'm going to increase the width of the stroke to somewhere about 20 pixels. And then I'll save and press on enter. This is what I'm going to get. So the next thing is I'll still draw another rectangle here. So for this rectangle, I'm going to size it as this. So I think this one is okay now. So I'm going to leave it like this. Then I'm going to choose a filling color for this rectangle to be black. And then press enter. So this is the color or the shape I'm going to get. So the next thing is I'll go in for my image. The image I'm going to use for the designing. And then click and drag the image. So I'm going to rasterize this image. I'll go to layers, right click and then click on rasterize layer. After that, I'll come to Windows, then go to properties to remove the background here. So I'll click on remove background to remove the background of the image. While you are waiting, if you've not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to get weekly videos on Photoshop and website development. Genius Dreams Education channel is here to guide you through all your graphic designing. So the next thing is I'm going to press on Control T to transform the image in, and then I'm going to position it here. So after that, I'll click on the layers and then right click on that layer and click on create clipping mask. So after creating the clipping mask, I'll then position it again. So I'm going to set the stroke of the image to no color. So let me set the stroke to no color and then press on enter. So after clicking on the creating the clipping mask effect, this is what you are going to get. So then let's select it and position it well. So let me adjust it small and then select that rectangle, click on Ctrl and transform it out small. I think this is okay. The next thing I'm going to do is to go in for the text tool and then write all my text, write out my text. So let me transform this one out small again and then select the image to press on Ctrl T and then transform that one to out small. Then position it like this. So as I said, I'm going to then group this image with the background, let me group it and move it to the top small. So I'm going to call it as image img. Then let me move it to the top small and leave it like this. So the next thing is I'm going to write out all the tests and we look at how you start the test. So now I'm done with the test, and the next thing I'm going to do is to do the styling of the test. So after writing all these tests, you have to make sure that you group those tests and you know how to group layers. That's what I used to group these layers. So I group this one as one layer, this one layer, this one layer, and this one layer. So the next thing is for us to start styling the text. So I'm going to select the happy layer. Then I'm going to choose a font family for it. So the font family I'm going to use the Algerian font family, and I'm going to increase the font size to somewhere about 18. So I'm going to let me make it 24 and see. So I'm going to use a font size of 18 for the happy and then position it here. So the next thing is I'll select the birthday layer, and for the birthday layer I'm going to choose a font family for it again. So for the birthday layer, let me check another font family to see how the effect is. So I'm going to use the Broadway, and I'm going to increase the font size to somewhere about 30 and see. Then let me position it here. So I'm going to then increase the height of the text to somewhere about 250. And the next thing is I'll then position it here. And I'm going to increase the space in between it to 100 too. Then leave it like this. So the next thing is I'll select the day. Before that, let me select the Mr. layer and move it down. Then I'll go and select the day layer and then drop it here. Select a font family for the Algerian to the same Algerian I'm going to use for the day, and then set the font size to 18. So I'll then set the font size to 18. After that, I'll then position it here. So the next thing is I'll go in for the Mr. tool. So I'll go and select the Mr. layer and choose a font family and a font size for it. So let me select the archery first. I'm going to use this font family. That is the area rounded empty for the Mr. Archery. And I'm going to increase the font size to 18, and then I'll increase the space in between it to 200. Let me increase the font size more again, because that's the name of the person. And then let me position it here. So the next thing is I'll go and select the Mr. tool and then choose a font family for the Mr. So for the Mr. I'm going to use this font family, and then I'll increase the font size to somewhere about 16 and then position it here. I think this one is okay now. So the next thing is I'm going to select these two layers and then move them down small. So after that, let me then select the other layer to move it down small. So I'm going to provide the styling. So the font family I'll use for this one, I'll keep them. I'll use the same font family for this test. So I'm going to select those layers and click on Ctrl T and then transform them in small so that they will occupy this part. So I'll do same for the other one to press on Ctrl T, then transform it in small, and then position it here. So the next thing is I'll go in and select this layer and position it well, shift it to the left side so that it will be more visible. Select this layer and then shift it to this side. Then I'm going to select this layer too, and then I'm going to position it here to align it with this one. So after that, I'm going to do same for the first layer too. So I'm going to select this one, make sure that they are in line. Then I'll select the blessings too and make sure that that one too is in line with it. Then leave it. So after that, I'm going to close that, do same for this one too. So now you can see I'm done with the test part. So the next thing I'm going to do is to continue with the things or the rest of the things I'll be adding. So I'm going to use the rectangular tool again, and I'm going to draw another rectangle here. And this rectangle, I'm going to choose a fill-in color of no color, and then choose the stroke to be black and increase the width to somewhere about 7 pixels. Press on enter. So I'm then going to make a copy of this rectangle and then bring it here. To hold the Alt, and then you drag to make a copy, or Control J to make your copy. Hold Alt, then you drag to make a copy, or Control J to make a copy. Hold Alt, drag to make a copy, or Control J to make a copy. So now this is how it looks for now. So the next thing is I'm going to also start the test at the bottom. So I'm going to select that layer too. For this layer, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the font size to 16 and so 16 is okay. Let me position it here. And the font family too. I'm going to use the Acumen variable concept as the font family. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the space in between it. So after that, I'll then pushing it here again and leave it like this. So I think this is okay now. So have a wonderful celebration. So let me select the text to. Okay, now this is okay. I won't add any text to it. So the next thing is I'll go and select the rectangle tool again, and I'm going to draw another rectangle here, small rectangle. Then I'll choose a filling color of no color. Then I'll set the stroke to black, press enter. After pressing the enter, let me move it top, then leave it like that. So I'm going to put a text inside that, this one. So I'm just going to write +1 inside. So let me go in for the text and then bring it here, and I'm going to write plus. So just type in your plus. Let me move it here, and then also select the text tool again. Then I'm going to write 1 and then move this one to inside. So now let me shift the plus to the one to this side small. Then select the rectangle and shift it to the left side small. So now you can see how the flyer looks like for now. So now I'm done with this birthday flyer. How we use implement the text, the font size, font family, and everything. So this one we are not bothering ourselves with colors and so on. So this is just a simple birthday flyer for a beginner in using Photoshop. Please subscribe to my channel to get weekly videos on Photoshop and website development. Don't forget to like, share, and leave your comments. See you in our next video. Goodbye.